Hello, Butler 1199. My name is Dan, and I am the delegate from BH Call Intake. And it is day 25. Don't quote me on that. It has been, it has been a hectic few days for me, and I apologize that I haven't had a video out in a bit. We had negotiations Wednesday and Thursday. And well, then Friday I was on the line just talking to everybody. Then yesterday I was doing stuff for family. So today, Sunday, I am finally able to get a video done. That aside, just remember, this is not an official 1199 communication, and this is not a replacement for talking to your delegates, which you better have done over the last few days, because a lot's happened. So let's get into it. So we had negotiations Wednesday and Thursday. We went into those really thinking that the hospital was finally ready to get this done. So we went in, they put out a proposal early on. It still wasn't, they were still behind where they were on the 7th. And, but we just were like, look, whether or not they're playing games, we need to get our work done. So we sit down, we have our discussions, look at our proposal, make the movement that we want to make after, spending quite a number of hours on it. And then we go back and forth, and yeah, so then Thursday morning we present our proposal after the hospital started acting pretty negatively when we were trying to talk to them about it. We decided, all right, Thursday we're going to put our proposal on the table as it is after all the work we've done on it, and we're going to print it out, head to the line, show everybody what the proposal is and what they're fighting for. That's exactly what we did. So we went through our proposal with them, and we came to the line. So we had left around 2 or so. Get out here, show everybody. We go through the wage scales with people, which if anyone has questions about the wage scales, feel free to grab me, feel free to grab Jay Drapeau, who's also been on the line a lot explaining this. And yeah, so, sorry, there's also a lot of bugs today. So yeah, so we come back at like 4:30 to the negotiating table, which we had told them ahead of time, hey, we're just gonna take a bit of a long break, but we'll be out there. So we had left around like 1 or so, and then came back for 4:30. And then they just lost their minds. They were lambasting us about walking away from the table, which it was basically just a long lunch that we took. And all this stuff that, which, they're feigning it. They don't actually care about any of that. So, and then they're like, we have a proposal for you, and it's like, all right, well, then put your proposal forward. Let's listen to it. And their proposal was nothing. They made no movement, besides on some like side stuff, but no movement on any of the major concerns, wages, healthcare, retirement. And so we looked at it. We, put back something, a tiny little bit of movement, and because if they're not moving, we're not moving. That's not negotiations. They're just demanding that we just cut. And it's like, well, if you're not willing to give, you're not going to get. That's negotiations. So, we ended at 12 a.m. And then the federal mediators left on Friday. So that's where negotiations stand now. They are totally unwilling to make any movement, and a bit of a bummer. Obviously, I think people were really hoping to wrap this thing up. We certainly were. We were ready to wrap this up, and but the hospital is just digging their heels in, and they are committing to the idea of trying to break us, right? Of trying to shatter our unity and get away with a ludicrously cheap contract. You look at our proposal, and any other hospital in the state would have taken that deal. they are, you know, there's a lot of their egos wrapped up in this, a lot of their regard for, their disregard for us is wrapped up in this, and it can't be tolerated. It can't be tolerated. So we are going to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting because it's what we have to do. They want to destroy us. They want to break us, but we're not going to break. We're ready to bring them to the table. We are ready to make them understand that the only way that they are going to get this done is by coming to the table and settling a deal. It's as simple as that. So what does this mean? What are we doing? You know, what's the plan going forward? So when the next negotiations is a little bit up in the air. You know, we are obviously ready to meet at any time, with or without the federal mediators in any capacity. No issues with that. We'll meet under I-95 if they want. Doesn't matter to us. So, but you know, so when they're ready, they want to email us the proposal. We got no problems with that. So, you know, what we're going to do for now is focus on, you know, stuff that we can do. You know, we've got a really cool candlelight vigil Monday night at 8 p.m. where we've invited members of the community who have been affected by Butler, who are, you know, who want to come out here and show support with the real Butler Hospital, right? Which is us. We're the real Butler Hospital, and that's who they love, and that's who took care of them. So they want to come out here. So we got people coming out here, you know, and it's we'll have the candles. They're electronic candles. We don't want Mary thinking that we're coming to burn down the hospital or whatever. So yeah, so we're gonna keep pushing the pressure up, right? We're gonna keep doing actions. You know, we're gonna start going to the board, right? All right. Mary's not gonna listen. Mary's tugged in. So be it. Michael Wagner doesn't feel like he needs to get involved. So be it. Well, then we'll keep going upwards to the board. We'll get, you know, all their friends at the State House to go to them. You know, whatever it's going to take to get them to come back to the table with a real earnest intention of settling a deal. That's what we're going to do. We're going to just keep pushing that pressure up until everyone realizes that Mary Marin is out of her minds, that there's, you know, that she's not going to break us. We're not shattering. We're still rock solid. So, you know, today's Sunday now. It's obviously a little bit quieter. It's been a very busy week. People needed a little bit of a break, but we're still able to get people out here. The line's still going. Flags are still waving. Virgil's still making chili, which is pretty good chili tonight. So enjoy some of the footage today. And, you know, if you have any questions, if you know, need anything, feel free to grab me. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk to people. That's what I like doing. I love talking. So yeah, absolutely. And keep it strong, Butler. We got this. Fight's already won. Mary's just got to figure that out. Ooh. Cornhole!
Get that on there. You're welcome.
Chili in the pot. Eric, chili check. How's the chili today?
Absolutely banging. Just like the contract we need to get.
That's right. Banging chili today, folks, on a Sunday.
Woo!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Amazon.com.
Riddle Master Chris. How are the riddles going today?
The riddles went well today. Yep. So we definitely, the OT group, we talked about giving some activities.
Absolutely.
So that way it would bring up the morality and everybody's attitudes here on the picket line.
That's what you
Riddles
guys do best.
Apply
That is our area of expertise, yes.
Well, you keep it up, and I'll keep looking out for the Matty Yopak origami group.
Sounds
So
good.
I gotta learn how to fold paper. So. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Ben Degnan, chili check. How's the chili today?
Amazing. It's
Amazing?
delicious. Yes. Virgil special. A lot of flavor, a lot of spice. Just like I like it.
Yeah, it's not too spicy, but it's still got a little.
But it's got some
something
kick
in
to
I
it.
agree.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
agree. That's the chili today, folks. DJ Joe Maney out here on the line. We just want to thank you for keeping the beats going, keeping the music on, and you know, even on a maybe a little bit calmer of a Sunday, you know, still keeping us entertained and keeping the energy up.
We have to, man. We
Absolutely.
don't stick together. That's when we lose.
That's right.
The easiest way I can think of how to bring people together is music, man.
Always music. ain't it?
Music. I've been saying that on EDI for years.
That's right.
Music. That's my therapy. It does seem to be helping. I'm glad everybody appreciates it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joe.
Of course. Of
Thank-
course.
Kiana, chili check. How's the chili today? Sorry. Caught you with your mouth open.
I'm like,
I
no.
ambushed you.
It is really good, and the cornbread's really good.
Virgil did a great job.
He
though.
did.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Kiana.
You're doing it.
Emily,
Hi.
what do we got for sign making today?
Oh, you know, just updating 24-day-old signs. It's 24 days that have withstood the rain and other weather.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just trying to make sure everybody knows who's out here.
That's right. It's everyone.
Everyone.
Thanks, Emily.